He was one of the top football players of his time, but he had to quit his career and was sent to jail because of on-field tricks that got banned. Football is a game of tricks and requires a certain level of trickery to overcome opponents. However, some players really pushed the boundaries of their skills, so FIFA had to consider their style unsafe and deceiving. Here are football tricks that got banned from the football world. Number 1. Seal dribble. You can handle a ball on the ground or in the air, but it's very difficult to challenge a ball legally when it's on the head of your opponent. In the 1989-1990 UEFA Cup, Italian forward player Marco Nappi picked up the ball on his head and ran 40 meters with the ball bouncing on his forehead. However, Marco was not even the player to largely benefit from this trick. Brazilian player Kurlan is one of the players who used the seal dribble the most. His opponent used to elbow kick, trip, or even headbutt his face in an attempt to win the ball back. Once, in a match, Kurlan was elbowed in the face by a player who ended up being banned for 120 days. Since then, FIFA changed the rules and banned seal dribble forever. Number 2. Shirt catching. Imagine you're running on the field to get the ball, but your opponent hides it under his shirt and starts running around with it. Sounds utterly bizarre, doesn't it? Believe it or not, the players have been using this shirt catch technique during live matches. It might seem funny in the street matches, but there's a serious risk involved for the player in possession of the ball. Therefore, FIFA made a decisive move to outlaw this maneuver. And now, FIFA has completely banned it, and any player attempting it would be considered as if the player handled the ball. Number 3. Donkey kick free kick. In 1970, Coventry City got a free kick against Everton and scored a goal that not only won the BBC Goal of the Year award, but was also banned immediately. Willie Carr was to hit the free kick, but he did something that made history. Instead of hitting the ball, he gripped the ball between his heels and flicked it into the air. The player standing behind then smashed the ball right into the net. This was a pre-planned move played to its perfection. Everyone was expecting it to be declared as a dead ball, but this donkey kick had done the damage. The trick was so good that FIFA had to ban it soon after the match, but it's still a treat for the eyes, and honestly, it's crazy to watch the execution. I personally love it as much as seeing you subscribe to our channel. Donkey kick that subscribe button. Number 4. Low header. FIFA is in a difficult position when it comes to balancing player safety and creativity. On the one hand, they don't want to ban every trick that players pull, as this would stifle creativity and make the game less exciting. But on the other hand, they have a responsibility to ensure the safety of the players. Players sometimes go to any extent, defying gravity and expectation to get possession of the ball. The lower header is one such dangerous trick in which a player attempts to head the ball while they're falling to the ground. This can increase the risk of head injury or concussion. Players often fall near the ball, so they attempt to hit it with their head, which is fine, but if another player is also trying to get the ball with their head or foot, that makes the attempt dangerous. Therefore, FIFA has always been telling players to avoid such attempts on the field to keep the game safe. The trick is not entirely banned yet, but it might get banned if you don't hit that subscribe button. Smash it for the love of football. Number 5. Neck stall. Okay, so this trick is called a neck stall, and it's not entirely banned, but it's on the referee to decide whether to book the player or not. Players balance the ball on their backs with the ball resting on the back of their heads. This is a pretty simple trick, right? Yes and no. Though there is no danger involved in the execution, it becomes really hard for the opponent player to win the ball back in any polite way. They have to kick, push the player, or even headbutt, and that can definitely harm the player with the ball. FIFA is a bit flexible regarding this trick, but if your referee doesn't like it, you're going to get a card. Number 6. Long throw-in. Direct throw-ins can be exciting to watch, but did you know that they can't result in a goal? According to Rule 15 of football, a goal cannot be scored from a direct hit. So, if the ball enters the opponent's goal from a direct throw-in, a goal kick is awarded. If the ball enters the thrower's goal from a direct throw-in, a corner kick is awarded. However, if the ball touches another player before entering the net, it is considered a goal. It's not just direct throw-ins that can cause trouble for goalkeepers. Penalties can be tricky too. Number 7. Run-up penalty technique. FIFA has never been lenient when it comes to deceiving wild trick shots, even if they're coming from a top player like Neymar. Neymar is one of the best penalty scorers. He has taken 89 penalties and scored 74 of them with a success score of 83%. His penalty trick was a whole thing in itself. While taking a penalty, he would stop right before he kicked the ball. The goalkeeper would dive, and Neymar would coolly roll the ball into the opposite corner of the net. That made the keeper look really silly back then, so they decided to take the matter to FIFA. They felt Neymar's technique was unfair to goalkeepers, and in 2010 made the decision to ban it for good. Now the rule reads, feinting to kick the ball once the player has completed his run-up is considered an infringement of Law 14. While Neymar survived the ban of his special trick by FIFA, football OG Ronaldinho could not. Number 8. Kneecatch. Ronaldinho Ronnie was a magician on the football field, and it was a daunting task for opponents to take the ball back from him. Despite FIFA banning his renowned seal dribble, Ronnie still had one of his signature tricks, the kneecatch. He would flick the ball from the ground and grab it between the knees, leaving the opponent unable to steal the ball away. FIFA deemed this trick unsafe and banned it from being used on the field. Unfortunately, this ban was just the beginning of a series of setbacks for the football wizard. Feeling personally targeted by the ban, Ronnie ended his career prematurely. Not only that, he went broke and was even arrested by the airport police for possessing a fake passport. However, many believe that Ronaldinho's career was ruined because of his over-partying habits and lack of discipline, rather than his tricks. But Ronnie's not alone here. There are many football legends whose careers might end due to their smoking habits. Click here to watch. You might find your favorite players on the list.